is this? Hello. All right, we'll let a couple more people come in and then we're going to go ahead and get started. Hey, everybody that's popping in. Let's go ahead and tell the YouTube land to do right by us and allow no interruptions. And hopefully that's where we will be. We'll let a couple more people get in here and then we'll go ahead and get started because I'm going to do several different things on today. So we are going to talk journals. We are going to talk, what are we doing? We're doing journals, planners, and then we're just going to chat about a couple of things. So if you have questions about your journals or your planners, you can go ahead and drop them in the comments. And then we'll go ahead and get started. You might hear me say this a couple of times over because we'll have more people coming in. Hey, Pine and Ginger. Hey, Tammy. So everybody coming in, we are going to talk planner, journals. We're going to plan and journal together. Actually, we're going to do a brain dump together so some of you all can kind of see how I plan. So this is almost going to be like, what does A. Renee do when she's not online, right? So that's kind of what this video is going to be about. I have my cute little cup that I got as a Christmas exchange gift that says sip happens. It's okay to whine. But there is nothing in here but a little H2O because this fluff has to go. So yeah, no wine today. Just a little H2O. Hey, Jam. Awesome. Okay. Okay, so what I think we're going to do first. What is today? Today is Saturday. Let's go ahead and do the brain dump. Let's talk about the brain dump. I do have a video on brain dumps, but I think we can kind of talk about it a little bit more. Of course, the pre-recorded videos are fine, but sometimes I believe me walking through some of the steps with you all and us talking back and forth may help. Hey, everybody popping in. Now, I was gifted this, and I'm so excited because y'all know I'm on this good old no spend until April. I got a lovely, lovely package from one of my sorors, like one of my top shoppers in my shop. And I did not see this coming. Hey, my Jessa. So I was excited. So, okay, I'm going to use this. And if anybody knows me, y'all know I love half sheets anyway. So when she sent this in the mail, because she knows I love half sheets, I was like, okay, this is perfect just for note keeping, whatever the case may be. But this will be a good way to show you how to use your half sheets. Now, if you do not have half sheets, y'all don't have to have half sheets. You can grab a sheet of paper, whatever you want to do. So if you're just popping in, we're talking brain dumps. We're going to go ahead and do a brain dump for next week. I do monthly brain dumps. I do weekly brain dumps. Yeah, I do brain dumps all the time. It don't matter. If something's on my mind, it just got to get out of here because I overthink anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and show you my brain dump for March. Aren't the colors pretty? They're very, very pretty. So if you have not done a brain dump for March, you're a little behind the game. And the reason I'm going to say you're a little bit behind the game is I do planning on the go, but I do make sure I have a platform prior to. Because if you are new to planning and you're trying to plan on the fly, it may not work initially for you. Now, when you get a little more seasoned in planning, sure, you might be like, okay, I can wake up and plan. But prior to that, I would highly suggest brain dumps. And in essence, what brain dumps are is you're just releasing whatever's on your mind that you think you may have to do. In this case, for the month. In this case, for the week, right? So we know March is literally Friday, y'all. So at minimum, you should have maybe 4 or 5 things that you know you need to do next month written down. Of course, you see way more on my paper already. So I decided to get a lot of the things that I know that I need to do. Now, does that mean I'm going to complete everything? Not necessarily, and I'll show you why. We can flip back to February, and as you see, I started crossing some stuff off. This was another brain dump list. I can cross some more things out. And then I'm going to kind of put a little dot by some things that did not work very well. Yeah. And then that, would be stuff that I probably already moved over to the next month. So let's just say you got in a planner funk. And a lot of us do get in planner funks. If you wrote your brain dump list out for the month, you could almost use this for the rest of the month if you don't even touch your planner again. So it is kind of like a cheat sheet for those moments that you just like, you know what? I ain't here for this planning week. I don't care about it, because those days do exist. Don't allow these videos to make you feel like all of us that do planner videos have it together all the time, because we do not. That's not reality, okay? So, hey, Tarshell. So I just want to let you know this is a cool way to write your stuff out for the month. So if you do not feel like planning for the rest of the month, you can. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. I had a message come through. Sorry, y'all. Okay. So that is what that is for. So this is how I operate with this, okay? So all I'm doing is going and I am checking off things that I did. And then whatever I did not do, if it needs to float on over to the next week, it will. If it does not, then it won't. So I already did that. Matter of fact, I met up with my mom today. I set some financial goals and she helped me with my budget. My mom by trade was an accountant for years. So why my budget sucks like it does, nobody will ever know. It's no fault of her. It's all faults of my own, okay? Hey, everybody coming in. And so again, it looks like a super, super long list, but this list is broken down over time. So again, that's all a brain dump is literally pushing every single thing out of your mind that you think you want to complete within that month. If it gets done, fine. If it doesn't, you relocate it or you just scratch it. Y'all remember the red light, the yellow light, the green light? This is where that comes in. And so for the most part, a lot of this did get done. And remember, we still have a couple of days left in February. So I do have time to check some more of this stuff down. Check it off. So by the end of the month, I'll go back and finish crossing out what I finished. If I did not finish, I'll put a dot by it. And if it needs to move over to this list, then I'll do that. All right. So that's how my monthly planner is now. And this is actually a monthly planner that I moved into in February. And I am super in love with it. I think I might be a monthly planner type of person. And you will also learn that your planning style changes as you evolve, right? Your life changes, so your planning style will change. So never feel like you have to stay in the same planner forever. If it ain't work and it's broke, then you need to fix it and move accordingly. All right. So here we go with this brain dump. What wears you out, Fee? So this is going to be next week, y'all. This is going to be next week's brain dump. Now, let me explain with the brain dump. A brain dump does not have to be pretty. A lot of you will be like, oh my God, like your handwriting is neat. Y'all, my handwriting is neat by trade. So it just is what it is. Brain dumps do not have to be neat. I keep telling y'all, if it's a journal entry and I ain't feeling all that special that day, my handwriting does go out the window sometimes. All right, so this is next week. All right, and so when you're doing your brain dump, you don't have to break it out in categories unless categories work for you. Categories don't necessarily work for me when I'm doing a brain dump. I just need to get this out. So I know I need to film some videos. I need to check analytics. You will see me put stuff like check on my strong friends. because when I shut down, sometimes I forget to check on them. But when I get over myself, I will be like, okay, let me check on them. And if I'm in a mood, I can resume that mood. But I did check on one strong friend this week. I need to check on another one next week. And then you just keep that list going. Increase water. I know specifically I want to do a fitness video. Hold on, let me say that correctly. A fitness journal and planner video. Not no working out on the video. My stamina is not good enough to produce that video right now. And y'all will not be laughing at me. So we'll do a fitness video. My son's first track meet is this upcoming Saturday for this season. So y'all will see content from a track meet. And definitely, y'all will see some content from the track meet. Last year, I got most of my planning done at a track meet. So if y'all got kids that play sports like baseball, if they do travel baseball and you're in the park forever, my son used to play baseball too, you have windows to get your planning done. So we have that. Then I need to also list new items in my shop. And I'm getting rid of some items, so I need to upload that as well, as far as like creating some stuff. So again, this is all you're doing with brain dumping. I need to cook somebody meal next week. I need to sign up for the new gym that I'm gonna do. So within my budget, I'm changing a lot of things. So LA Fitness, yeah, it's cute, but LA Fitness for me is $26 something, and Planet Fitness is 10. So I'm going to get my whole entire life and make things work in my favor. Sign up for, and I'm going to just have to look at them sideways if they have that daggone pizza at the front door, y'all, because I am into fitness heavy when I get into it. When I fall out of it, I fall out of it. I'm telling you, y'all, when you be them kids with them sports, I'm like, listen, it's, and then it's about to get hot. Help me fix it. So I'm going to sign up for Planet Fitness. Hey, Mommy Shishi. What else do we have? And again, I'm just literally listing, of course, chores, the obvious. And I have some more stuff, but because I'm live, my brain is not going to allow me to get everything out at the same time. But I kind of wanted to show you what a brain dump looks like. So again, you're just listing whatever comes up. Yeah, so y'all, I don't know why they do that, but I will just say $10, I can overlook that. I can go in there, get whatever I need to get done and get on up out of there. But yeah, that was just a little different. All right, so that is that. Oh, I do need to drop some items off, donate items. And set goals for March. So again, as I said earlier, when y'all were coming in, try to make sure you're setting your goals ahead of time. Don't wait until March 1st. And I know periodically this may happen, but try not to wait till March 1st to set your March goals, right? Because what happens is after March 1st rolls past, y'all, the month is gone. Like, I'm not saying it is all the way gone, but a lot of times we get so in tune to what we're doing and we're not setting our stuff up intentionally. So you want to be intentional about what you're going to do. So let's say you get off of the live tonight and you know you're going to be up for another 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. Go ahead and take a notebook and jot some stuff down. Okay, so we have this. You said look at the, hold on, y'all, I missed that comment. You said look at the contract. Girl, if they lock me in a contract, I locked myself in a contract with LA Fitness for the longest. I believe about 1.5 years. I was just paying them free money. So, you know. But my goal really is to be in the gym a little bit more. I have a goal of losing 15 to 20 pounds, but I want to build muscle with that. So I'll be in there a little bit more. So yeah, y'all definitely will see fitness videos on here. I will actually do a video that shows my journey where I lost 64, 69 pounds. So we'll do all of that type stuff too, and we can motivate each other through the lives, through the videos, and we're gonna get some stuff done this year, and we're gonna stop, stop making up excuses. All right, so for right now, that's pretty much all I have set up planner for. So I need to set up my planner. Oh, I need to print some more inserts for my B6. Oh yeah, and if y'all get a chance, make sure y'all go watch Goldmine and Coco's video. She did a video on Hobonichi. So I know there are a couple of people in Hobonichi's, and I love watching her video, but I told her she's not taking me down the rabbit hole with her. But it was a really good video. So check that out when we get off live. And if you're not subscribed to her already, make sure. And there are several people on my channel. One day I'm just going to make a list so y'all can go subscribe to everybody, because everybody has different content and you can kind of pull everything together and help you with your planning style. I ain't fooling with you, Thee. I'm going to write journal, y'all, but I don't necessarily have to write journal because y'all know I pretty much do that in general. So these are a couple of the items I know need to happen. A grocery shop. I need to check the weather. Normally I don't check the weather, but because track is starting, I need to check Saturday's weather. Again, if you're a sports mom, y'all know it can be really fickle. And if you live in Georgia, you know we get all 4 seasons in one day. So I kind of need to see what that's going to look like. Grocery shop for his food. I am that mom. Y'all can provide snacks and stuff, but I'm going to make sure my kid is taken care of, because when you're running track, you can't just eat everything. And I don't do all of that vomit and stuff because you done ate the wrong stuff. So I'm going to make sure that he's straight. Yes, take a break. Look, listen, that take a break. I'm glad you said that, Tarshell, because that unplug. Speaking of unplugging, y'all, how about, y'all know Wednesdays is supposed to be my no social media day. Oh, I bombed that one really good. So we're going to move on to the journal. I sucked horribly on my no social media day on Wednesday. And so that just sucks. Hey, Jasmine. Y'all, it was so horrible. So let me tell you what I did, right? So I knew I was already close to getting my 4,000 watch hours for monetization review. Thank you to everybody that contributed to that. I appreciate y'all so much. So I was like, boom, let me go check my analytics. So I saw it. I was like, yay. And then I saw somebody left a comment. Now, here's the thing, y'all. I know with social media, your skin has to be a little bit thicker. And I pretty much, for the most part, have thick skin. But I have thick skin with, like, I'm going to get right back with you if you try to get with me. But the comment wasn't necessarily bad. But it was just like, A, you got a fake page. B, that's all you got out of a whole video. So, you know, a lot of y'all don't know me yet, but you will know me. I was like, oh, I'm about to respond to it. Yeah, I responded to it and it was nice, nasty. And then I was like, girl, refocus, Adrian. You got goals in life. So I posted it. I got it out. I don't know if the bot saw it or not. But then I was like, take it down. And what made me take it down, Marquita, I hope I'm saying your name right, Marquita83, she did a video and she was basically saying, you control your page how you want your page to be. And that was like the most amazing thing that she could have said. And so if you think about the various pages that you watch on YouTube, how you post dictates your page, right? So if you say, I want a positive page, at the end of the day, we can allow what we want on our page and we can allow what we don't want on our page. And so while I am good at giving journal prompts and I love motivating, I am still changing as an individual too. So I had forgot real quick where I was. All she said was, you're asking people to subscribe to your channel. If they want to subscribe after watching, they will. And I was like, you know what, she got a point. But then I was like, girlfriend, like, you ain't got no followers on your page. And that's all you got out of this whole video. And I think this was like a self-motivation video at that point. So I was like, okay, so negativity is not what we gonna do. But again, I did respond, y'all. And then I went back and I was like, not today, saint. So all I did was I went and I erased it after I said what I wanted to say. And then I just put her little self on mute. But I did appreciate her comment because it really was like a good thing. I was like, you know, I don't necessarily have to always say subscribe in the beginning. But I am, when I used to work in corporate, they taught you how to write your emails. And so in your emails, you pretty much do and I laughed at you so much, Fee, when you did that sticker per my last email, because I was queen of per my last email. But you know, you do the per my last email, you say what you want to say, and then you sandwich. Like, so you say something good, you sandwich the not so good, and then you kind of end on a good note. So that would be my advice to anybody that feels like they want to give unnecessary advice. But I will say on my page, you might not want to. You can email me though. We can email. But your comments will be deleted if they're not really helpful. But yeah, I had to laugh at myself. That messed up my whole no social media day. That's what happens when you tell yourself to unplug and you don't unplug. I was like, all right, Lord, you got it. You proved your point. When you're not obedient, you start seeing stuff you weren't gonna see in the first place. I know, I love this blue tar shell. Hold on, where did it go? This is a Stabilo. Now, these are Stabilo 68. Stabilo 68 is gonna write thicker than the Stabilo. Hold on, this is another Stabilo 68. Stabilo 68 is going to write, where is it? 0.88. Colette, I told you I'm changing. I ain't all the way there, so that's why that delete got to go. I just got to hit that delete button real quick. So yeah, this is going to give you the variety in your pen. So this is going to be a fine line. I mean, this is going to be a medium point, and this is going to be a fine line. So that's that. And since we're talking journal, I might as well kind of tell y'all the pens, like how it's going to work and how it's not. This is a bullet journal. So a bullet journal paper is going to be thicker than a Hobonichi type paper, but it's going to be thinner than a Erin Condren paper, if that makes any sense. So it's going to be in the middle. So you're going to sometimes see it bleed through a little bit, but I prefer to use marker pens in a bullet journal. So I don't know how many people on here use a bullet journal. If you do, let me know if you use a bullet journal, and how you like it, and what kind of utensils you use in it. Now you can't utensils. What kind of pens you use in it? You can use you can use like a Papermate, but it is going to show through a little bit more. You're going to have more of an impression on there. So that's going to be the difference of both of those. And so then another marker pen that works is Staedtler. I hope I'm saying that name right. I should go listen to the video to make sure. But Staedtler is a Tri-Plus fine liner. So this is going to write fine too. So it's not going to be as thick as this blue line right here. Oh, thank you, Mary. So that's what this does. So I'm going to just kind of show you the difference in the line. So that's like a fine line. And that's going to be the, hold on, y'all, let me spell that right. Staedtler. And then that's going to be the Tri-Plus. So your Tri-Plus is going to be your fine point pen. And then this is going to be, okay, so now Colette, with the Moleskine, we're going to call it Moleskine today, versus the Scribbles That Matter, and then the Lacharme. Moleskine's paper to me is going to be thinner than all those. Moleskine was my first dot grid journal that I completed. I do like Scribbles That Matter better, for sure. So this is your Stabilo. Now, to me, the Stabilo writes a little bit finer, And this is the Stabilo Fine. This is going to be the 0.88. Hi. So Stabilo is going to be the 0.88. It's going to write a little bit finer than the Staedtler Tri Plus. However, I am heavy-handed when I write, so I probably do dull my tips more than the average person would dull their tips. So if you kind of write, you know, pretty light, you shouldn't dull your tips as fast as I do. So these are like some of the main ones I'm going to use inside of this. And so remember, we said this is going to be a thicker point pen, marker pen, and this is still Stabilo. But you see how you have more of a broader, what is this? The pen, and this is pen 68. So that's going to be the difference in this. Why is this graying out so fast? That's crazy. So that's going to be the difference in your pen. So again, I love these not only for the dot grid, but when I'm dealing with journals for the most part, these are going to be a lot of the pens that I use in here. And then this is another marker that a lot of people were asking me about on one of the other lives. This is the Pentel Finito. And it says a fine point. Well, it is still. Let's see, Finito. So that's going to be a fine point too. The pens are actually in stores, but I'll list some of the links in my bio in the description when I update the description so you can find them. And so that's that. Like, so these are your main. And then when you talk about other things that I use in my journal for just the extra decor that y'all see, the extra decorations on your pages, this is going to be Tom Bow. And then as Pine and Ginger mentioned, she mentioned a mild liner, which is going to be a highlighter that I don't see in front of me out of 8,000 pens in front of me. Here we go. So this is going to be like your mild liner, right? So this is going to give you the extraness that you want on your page. So let's just say we want to create a little vine or something. You can still do that with your highlighter as well. And it's a dual tip. So you get that broad tip and then you get this fine tip. And you can create like your little leaves. And then you do stuff like that. Now here's a secret with the mild liner. The mild liner, so let's just say even in your planner, you wanted to use the mild liner. You're going to highlight. So you're going to highlight and then write on top, especially if you're going to use a marker. So let's just say you're just going to say hello. I'm going to do this only because if I know how to clean this off. So let's just say you try to highlight after writing. You're not going to want to do that with, let's see. Oh, that proved me wrong. That's rare. Typically, it would smear when you go over, so I guess it just depends on the pen. But this Pentel proved me wrong today. But usually, you do not want to go over. Let's see if it does it with the gel pen. Usually, when you go over like a gel pen or a marker pen, it usually smears. But today, mild liners is saying, I'm going to prove you wrong. But I would still recommend if you want to write on top of the highlighter, because it'll be just your luck on the day that you try it. It smears, and I don't want y'all coming back on here talking about, you said it wasn't going to smear. Oh, so you got the Lacharm right now? Sherry. So yeah, I have the term. I've written in the back of it, but for some odd reason I act like I can't write it, and I act like it's just gold. I don't know why I won't write in it. So at some point I am, but I think I'm gonna use my Lacharm for a doodle bullet journal just to kind of get better on my doodles. Right now, Colette, if you use a ballpoint, that's going to pretty much be the easiest thing that you can highlight over without it smearing, because technically that's what we were using back in the day before we got in all these extra fancy pens. So those are different things that you can do. I'm going to show you all a couple of borders, some easy borders that you can add on your pages. So of course, this is a border, like that's like the little squiggly lines. Now I know Tarshell said that that seemed really easy when I did it. If you kind of allow your hand to flow, it makes it easier. When you concentrate too hard is when you're going to kind of stagger and it's going to mess up. So let me show you that one again. And I'm going to just go to another page. And I know this is my personal journal, but it doesn't bother me that I'm doing all of this because I can go in and add some doodles if I want to learn how to draw something different. So for the squiggly lines, you're going to take the pen and relax, right? Because I'm going to tell you what some of y'all are probably doing. Y'all are probably doing this. Trying to get it right, right? So you're going to want to slow down. Not slow down. You want to speed up slightly and let it flow. So you're just going to just do loops. But allow the pen to keep gliding until you get to that other section. Once you get used to doing the bigger loops, you can do the smaller loops, right? So remember, you're just going to let it glide and loop. So just go over, under, but allow the pen to drag across. Because when you do that stagger, not only are you going to mess up, but you're going to make your ink a little bit thicker. And then that's going to go through your paper probably more, especially when we're talking about a bullet journal page. And then if you are in, let's just say you're in a journal that you get from Ross for like, what do we say? Those are like $4.99. You're probably going to want to stick with the ballpoint pens. I know a lot of people get bougie and say they don't use ballpoint pens, but there are a lot of good ballpoint pens out there. I am still a ballpoint pen person. If you have to get a ballpoint pen, Pentel makes some very, very good ones. There's a brand called Caliber. Now, I can't remember where I bought Caliber from. They're really good. You said Zebra ballpoint. I don't think I have Zebra ballpoint. I haven't tried those, I don't believe. Of course, you can always go to a trusted Papermate, Inkjoy. Bridget, I think we talked about that a while ago. I cannot get with big ballpoint pens. Even when I was in high school, I couldn't stand them. Staples has a brand called Poppin'. I like their ballpoint pens. Don't sleep on those. Those are really, really good. And then there's a thick ballpoint pen. I don't have one near me. When I find it, if I think of it, y'all, I'll remind y'all on the next live. So ballpoint pens are going to be really good in your journals where the pages are thinner. You can still use a highlighter in those pages, coloring pencils, stuff like that. So don't feel like you have to go out and buy everything that you see on videos. You're journaling to get your thoughts out on paper. You're not journaling to spend a whole bunch of money and then want to go write in your journal how you're broke. So that's not the goal. Yeah, Bridget, I learned about the Pentel RSVPs through you. Now, I know they had them before when they come in clear. But to me, these write better than the ones from back in the day. So again, don't think you have to go buy all the latest pens. Use what you have. A lot of y'all have these pens sitting around the house and you just probably didn't think anything about it. So these right here are friction, color erasable pens. This was bought on one of my pen binges. They're cool. It's just markers that you can erase. Again, this was only bought because it was in the store. So if you need to shop your stash and you have these in your stash, you can do a border with these too. Another border that you can do is pretty much short line borders. And all that is creating lines at an angle and taking that around your pages. So you do not have to be an artist to make your journal pop. You're just going to use stuff that you learned as a child. And so this will create another border. And all this is just little short lines. If you want to spruce the border up a little bit, you're just going to go in between those lines with one more color. So since a lot of y'all like this blue color, you can just go in between it. You can skip every other line if you want. Uh-oh, I almost missed the line. And so that just made more dimension. So you see the difference between that and this. It just looked like you put a little more effort to make your page pop. If you want it to pop even more, you can take a yellow highlighter. So again, for everybody that thinks you have to go buy the latest highlighters, mild liners. Now, I am in love with mild liners. I'm not going to tell the story. But if you don't have it, you don't need to. You can get an old school big bright liner. And this is going to be your fluorescent highlighter. So, of course, that's going to give you more of a pop. And you can add that. And this just makes a whole border look like you really did, again, a whole lot to your page. And it took less than a minute to create this. And I skipped one of those wrong. And so that just made a different line. Oh, I thought I put my thing. Hold on, y'all. Okay, never mind. Uh-oh. What did I do?